I just wanted to do that. Hey guys, it is the host with the most, alright? Digital Don here, and today we are talking about the cluster of choice, manufacturing. Now, many of you guys I can picture, alright, typing down, well Don, you already covered that. I mean, you already did architecture and construction. No, there are differences. Architecture and construction, yes, does have to deal with building. But manufacturing is a little different. Manufacturing is actually building everything. So when I mean everything, I'm talking about from cars, your toaster for crying out loud. IKEA is technically when you bring home that cheap set that you have to put together and it falls apart within a year. That's the type of manufacturing. But one big thing that manufacturing really, and I mean really supplies in is, it starts with an R. Are you ready? I said ready. No, are you ready, sir? Repair! Repair is basically the bread and butter, sometimes occasional ham or turkey. You know, it depends on the day. That is pretty much, the big bulk of what people get paid to do. Well, not get paid to do, but it's a huge revenue stream in the repairing aspect of manufacturing, all right? If there's something wrong with your computer hardware-wise, I mean, in pretty much information technology, you have to go back to the manufacturer, and they have to figure out what part is doing what. You know, it can be from your car, or your fridge, or an airplane. I mean, it can be anything. It has to go back to the manufacturer. So they're the ones that pretty much put this thing together. They know how it works. And when it doesn't work, they know how to fix it based off of the plans that they were given, probably from you guessed it, architect to pretty much repair that item. Now, this in particular is still in demand. Not all the jobs are fully automated yet. I kind of stumbled because I do think robots will eventually take over a good bulk of the remaining manufacturing jobs, but I think for the most part,
this cluster is useful in a lot of ways, and I just don't see machines anytime soon
repair a refrigerator just by putting it in the shop and it just technically one could say, well, it would be cost efficient, but based off of what I've found and the careers I've found, I don't think robots can do it. They can aid, but not actually do. All right. So manufacturing, lots of times it's kind of an assembly line setup. So pretty much it's just simple, boom, 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 and just keep it rolling. In some, it's you know, all custom. If you're lucky to work at a custom place, which I think will be fun, where, you know, if you ordered some type of car and you wanted, you know, camel skin on the seats, don't hurt me, Peter. Or you know, if you want something else extra added in the car, you pretty much build that and make that happen. So once again, to recap very briefly, I know it's a little briefing, but to recap, manufacturing is mainly build and repair. It's not necessarily planning, it's the building aspect and repairing aspect from all angles. Got it? Got it. So we are about to look at our virtual videos back here, and then we're gonna cover our virtual notes. So as usual, you know, if you have any questions, obviously reach me at digitaldon_CTE, and we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna be right back. So, virtual videos, let's check it out, shall we? Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at our old school footage or our old school video. And you know what I'm saying? Let's go on ahead and take a look at that viewpoint, which is always a great viewpoint. And we're gonna go from there. This is manufacturing. Let's get into it.
Most of us depend on others to make the things we use and the food we buy at the store. We look to manufacturers to produce the material goods we need to live. At every step of the production process, there are jobs in manufacturing. There are machines for making machines, and someone has to design them. Then those machines have to be operated, fed materials, and their products have to be finished, sometimes by hand, packaged, marketed, and delivered. Much of the work in manufacturing is repetitive. In fact, that's how profits are made. A manufacturing process is developed that can turn out the same item over and over that meets specific standards. Starting at an entry-level position in manufacturing, you might move up to supervisory positions and management by demonstrating your knowledge and productivity. Or you might come up with an even better way of mass-producing a product. Others get training as machinists or go to college to learn manufacturing methods, chemistry, or marketing, and enter the workforce in management positions. Some manufacturing operations are more individualized. A cabinet maker can have a unique style or design, or make custom objects. A tailor might make a custom suit. These kinds of specialists are more likely to go into business for themselves. Most jobs in manufacturing require you to join a workforce and become an employee. Production schedules depend on prompt and regular attendance, so even if you're taking a manufacturing job just to earn a paycheck, you have to make a firm commitment to certain days and hours. If you're new, you might be put on a night shift or weekends. The daytime jobs are usually taken by employees with seniority. You might be required to join a union, because a majority of the workers have voted to be represented by collective bargaining, though some states have laws that give you the choice of whether to join. Conditions and benefits can vary a lot, even within a particular industry. So before you take a job, look into similar positions in your area if you can, and shop for the company that gives you the best combination of opportunity, job security, and compensation.
All right. This is about Walmart's warehouses, so let's keep it moving and let's take a look at pretty much the automation process, as well as talk to some of the managers that work in Amazon, and let's see their viewpoints and pretty much how this thing works. All right, boom.
You click there, and a box appears here. E-commerce is a magic trick that repeats millions of times a day. For a peek at what happens in between, we visited its inventor. This is where an Amazon delivery begins. A building that's 1/3 of a mile long. Ordinarily, it's off limits, but not today. Amazon opened closed doors.
Steady flow.
And opened my eyes.
I don't think it's well understood.
With a footprint equal to 59 football fields, this Amazon fulfillment center is simply mammoth.
We have the packing, the picking, the slamming, the shipping, the receiving.
It's home to an army of employees.
A little bit over 800.
One 6-ton pallet-slinging robot.
We affectionately call it Robo-Stow.
And a squad of box-shuffling cyborgs.
We like to think of it as a symphony between robots and our great associates.
We found a secret at our feet. The floor is covered in tiny QR codes.
It's sort of like a chessboard.
Eyes in the robots' bellies read the codes and broadcast their position. Choreography that keeps your shipment on time and avoids collisions.
They know exactly where to go.
Clicking that yellow button sets these robots in motion, sometimes within seconds. But your order is not handled by Android alone.
The drive units, the Amazon robots, are actually bringing items from where they're stored to associates so that associate can pick customer orders and get them ready to ship out.
A real-life human being boxes every Amazon order. As with every department, there's simply no guesswork in choosing the right box.
How do I know which box to pick?
Our technology will tell you.
The computer tells you.
The computer will tell us the perfect size box to fit that item.
From there, it's time to slam it.
Slam.
Fortunately, SLAM isn't an action. SLAM is an Amazon acronym for adding your address and sending your order home.
Scan, label, apply, manifest.
Orders are constant.
We process thousands and thousands of packages.
The exact number is confidential, but we do know that Amazon sales hit a record $88 billion in 2014, driven by new same-day delivery and selection that no other retailer can touch.
You can't fathom the amount of inventory that we have in the building.
It looks like a lot, and it is. Amazon says those shelves are home to 1 million different items.
1 million.
You think the typical customer realizes that?
Probably not.
We even spotted a toilet in stock.
You name it, we have it.
Chaos and a supersonic conveyor are what we expected. Manager Chris Monnett explained that speed isn't everything.
The important thing is just the flow.
Order levels fluctuate, and yes, there are rush hours. Yet Amazon says its software regulates the line to maintain a steady pace.
In order to have 1 million unique items in this facility, you have to be able to do that.
As gaping, gargantuan, gigantic as this fulfillment center is, it's not alone.
We have 109 fulfillment centers worldwide.
Locally, 59 football fields probably isn't enough either. Our tour guides hinted at expansion, though they wouldn't touch the drone thing.
We did build this facility with room to grow, so stay tuned.
Amazon has taken heat for claims of harsh conditions at its warehouses. Perhaps that's why it granted us access behind the locked gates and let us interview Diane Ortiz.
I'm happy to have you guys.
She recently joined Amazon. Diane works 10-hour days, 4 days a week, is paid more than the national average, and disputes the company's critics.
I think they'll be in awe. Surprised, extremely surprised.
The other reason for our visit is you. This invitation is a rare opportunity to give shoppers an insider's view,
It's an awesome place to order.
to marvel at the robots,
We are very excited about the technology.
to admire the inventory,
1 million.
and to put a face on the company that with the click of a button
It takes more than that.
delivers A to Z.
And I love it.
Chris Kamor, Fox 13 News.
Now, although Chris got a private tour there, the public can visit Amazon's fulfillment center as well. There are two catches, though. First, only select centers are open, and the closest to Tampa is in Tennessee. Second, you're going to have to wait until 2016. You've got to wait till New Year's. Tourists stop for the holiday rush.
All right, another big thing here, manufacturing, all right? Pharmaceuticals. We have at least used at least one prescription drug at least one time in our life, rather it's a simple cough medicine or Flonase or whatever it may be. So let's take a look at basically what that job entails, and we're going to keep it moving from there.
My current role here is an operations supervisor. That means that I have to run the department and make sure the metrics of the department stay within the acceptable range that we have set.
My role here at Cardinal Health is to help train new associates as well as retraining associates that may have some issues in their production or their standards, as well as help associates with our MyHR website, any issues or help that they may need in those areas.
I worked here in the warehouse as an associate for 6 months to understand exactly what happens. So I learned to drive a lift. I was going up 30 to 40 feet in the air, lifting boxes between 5 and 50 pounds. What I really learned is that you need to be careful both with yourself and with the product. And there are nuances with every single job, but really the one emphasis we want to have in everyone's mind is safety.
I feel that my role here as training lead is very important. As I train new associates and cross-train other associates, it's my responsibility to instill in them the importance of quality and safety. We're not shipping t-shirts here, we're shipping medicine to people, and it's very important that we get the right medicine to the right customer.
I know that it's easy for me to get up to go to work in the morning because I know that what I'm going to do at work is going to positively affect someone's health down the road, and that's really important to me. I love coming to work, and I definitely would recommend it unreservedly to anyone who asks.
I was very excited to be a Cardinal Health associate based on the company's stability and their focus on customer satisfaction. And I knew they were a company I could grow with.
All right, if you don't know about Amazon right now, you are either a creature alien, I think aliens know what Amazon is, or you are just out of the loop, you may be Amish. But Amazon is basically bigger than Walmart these days. And we are going to go behind the scenes in basically 2 videos and see what Amazon is all about when it comes to the manufacturing end. Stay tuned.
This is where our receivers are receiving product, adding to Amazon's selection. They scan all of these items into these storage bins using radio frequency technology, activates it live on our website, and it's available to customers.
You know, I've seen stuff that I have never seen before in my life.
We've got extension cords, a Makita drill, backpacks,
Look at this.
and vitamins.
You've got extension cords. Can I pick these up?
You can't just
Put them back
do me
in
a
the same
favor.
place.
I will mark this so we know exactly where that extension cord
All
needs to
right.
go back.
Here's the extension cord. Right below it, you have this. Crystal candle holders.
That's
Doesn't
right.
make sense that these would be together, but this makes the most sense for Amazon.
It does.
Why?
We optimize our storage space.
So all of these tags that we see, what does this tell you?
This is a specific bin location, so we know exactly where our inventory is, and we can get routed to it as quickly as possible when a customer orders it.
Picker is the one that goes out with and pulls the items out of the bins that the customers have ordered.
Between the time that I order something online on Amazon.com and it gets pulled from one of these shelves or another distribution center, how long is that?
Hours.
Hours.
You have a scanner, and it directs you to a location, a bin location. Once you scan that bin with your scanner, it tells you the item that you're supposed to pick.
So up here is where we assemble customers' orders. When a customer orders multiple items, we've got over 500,000 square feet that we house inventory in. And so our challenge is to quickly get all of those items into one spot so we can package them and get them on the road to the customer.
What about technology? What technology has made you able to meet your customer demands like that?
Well, all of these systems that you see behind you are the workings of Amazon's proprietary systems. We have brilliant software engineers that help us automate and optimize for our customers.
So it's all about software.
That's right.
What are people buying that you weren't seeing them buy before? Are they opening up their wallets a little more?
Well, as we said in our Q3 guidance, we expect this quarter to be our best ever with
Best ever.
26 to 40% growth on the same quarter last year.
Right now is the busiest time. It started Sunday, and it's just not going to stop until Santa comes down the chimney.
After we've picked our inventory, we're putting all of the items together to get to the customer. You see all of our cartons available, ready to be packed.
So I'm seeing the Kindle, and there's a lot of these here. A lot of Christmas orders.
That's right. So here we've got a Kindle and the leather cover for it.
Are people buying these together, the cover and the Kindle?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're very popular together. This is an order that's ready to be shipped. The blue light tells us that it's ready to be shipped.
Yeah.
It's going to go in a carton here. We're going to scan it to the carton. It's going to go down this conveyor.
So it'll go down here.
Get down, get sorted out, and then get weighed and shipped right behind us here. Here's where we actually ship it to our customer.
Automatic labeling.
Automatic labeling. We've hired over 15,000 temporary associates to help us through the holiday season in North America.
So what does that mean for a facility just like this?
Thousands of jobs.
Just for the holidays?
Just for the holidays.
How last minute can people order things?
Well, last year a customer ordered an item at 9:17 p.m. on December 23rd, and we delivered to them in time for Christmas in Boca Raton, Florida.
Final step?
This is it. So after we've weighed it, we put the shipping label on it, we sort it out to a number of different carriers. We're going to close that trailer door and off to the customer.
Bob the Builder, can you fix it? All right, career pathways, let's get it. All right, production, manufacturing, production process development, maintenance, installation and repair, quality assurance, linguistics and inventory control, and health science and environmental assurance, folks. Yeah. write those down because you'll need to know them. And within this cluster is one of the things you'll find out. Bachelor's of degree in manufacturing, which it kind of ties into engineering too. So we'll say bachelor's of engineering, about 4 to 5 years. Associate's degree. Let me slide this in here. Trade is very high on here. I apologize for not having that listed, but take out certification and put in trade. Trade and manufacturing is huge. You might can get that within 2 to 3 years, just FYI. Accredited schools: Howard University, Belmont University, Morgan State University, Marquette University, University of Virginia, Auburn University, St. B University, Bloomsburg University, Miami University, and Robert Morris University. All have to deal with manufacturing and engineering. The job market. Manufacturing is one of the largest. We're talking 143 career paths. Oh my God. All right. We have 26 majors as well as 22 main industries. Yes, folks, this is one of the biggest clusters you can get into. Yes, hyper competitive, but folks, we are always building and we are always expanding. And even though automation has come within the field, we still need a lot of human hands. So FYI, manufacturing, if you plan on, take it back. If you are okay with working within a warehouse setting for long periods of time, you can make good money. And when I mean good money, this has one of the highest means of any other cluster. We're talking $87,000. Yes, $87,000 when it comes to all 143 different careers. But this is high stress job right here, folks. You may be in one position for literally 8 hours a day, but if you're able to do that and maintain and work your way up, you can have a very, very, very rich life working in manufacturing.
All right, we have reached the end of this cluster. This is Digital Don here. You can always reach me at DigitalDon_CTE if you guys have any questions. If you enjoyed this cluster, it's as simple as going into the description and seeing the link to the playlist. The playlist will have plenty of careers, which is in this cluster. This is one of the largest clusters that we have, in which you can find over 100 careers in. So if you're interested, we will have those posted and ready for you so you can get the stats, find out what you need, and pretty much go and apply and get that to where you can make a difference in this country. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe, as well as drop a like if you guys like pretty much what you have seen, and we're going to keep this thing moving. I do this thing for you. I want this to be an even better America. We are already good, but we can always be better. So thank you guys for your support. Let's keep it moving and tune in for the other clusters. Also, forgot to mention, there are 10 other clusters, so please tune in to one of those if this doesn't interest you, or if you just want to learn about the other clusters. All right, you guys, thank you. Signing out. Peace.